Marachon! You heard your name?
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Acts of Corbin. I'm Rick. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter. For more juicy content, thank you to Radio Sports on Patreon. Follow short accounts, like button.
Play that again.
Marachon!
Yeah, Andrani would be very angry.
Marachon!
She's like the... She's become my a pronunciation Nazi with me on certain words. And if I don't pronounce that one right, she's all over me.
Today, we got a... this is a new stand-up.
Well, I would do it. It doesn't... I used to be able to do that, but now we've got technology, and I'll take it.
This man...
So pretend I just stood up.
Was just on Jimmy Fallon 5 days ago. And his name is Nimesh Patel.
Awesome.
I'll let you guess if he's Indian.
Love some Jimmy Fallon.
I'll let you guess if he's Indian or not.
Love Jimmy Fallon.
He's like your favorite, right?
He's my favorite. Him and Colbert. As far as the late night talk show guys.
That's weird.
Oh.
Here we go.
Our next guest
Hey, Jimmy.
can be seen on tour this summer with a stop at the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center in New York, June 27th. Please welcome the very funny Nimesh Patel.
It's a big deal, man. He's first time on the Tonight Show. That's awesome.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you. How's everybody's economy doing? Good? Y'all ready to manufacture? My economy's doing great, thank you very much. My wife and I, we just had our first kid. It's our newest employee. She's making a car for us right now. It's our first kid, but also our last. Thank you. Everyone who has more than one kid is always like, don't worry, you're going to want a second kid. You'll forget all the bad things about having that first child. No, I won't. I wrote them down. It's a lot having a kid. I don't have any more jokes. I just had to get out of the house. So thank you, Jimmy, for letting me be here. I keep getting notifications on my phone from my nanny cam. Cry detected in the nursery. It's just my wife having a breakdown. Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful. That we had a daughter. However, I did envision having a boy. I thought my son was going to be the first Indian kid to play in the NBA. That's why I named my daughter LeBronda. Look out, Bronny James. Stupid, I know. You're right.
Yeah. Terrible.
Having a kid has made me realize that I might have been a bad child myself. You know, I had anger issues as a kid. When I was in 6th grade, I got put in anger management because some bully stole my inhaler. I chased them with a rock. Give me my inhaler! And they put me in anger management, and the first thing they teach you, breathing techniques. Bro, just give me my inhaler. My dad worked 90-hour weeks, but every morning I'd find a way to bother him. One morning I sent my sister in. I said, Noka, go in the bedroom. Give mom and dad the finger. It means good morning. I did not see her give them the finger, but I did hear my mom slapped her across the face. I said, who told you to do this? And my sister, gangster. I would rather die than snitch on my brother. Oh, sure, thank you, yeah. It's a good joke, I like it. Having a kid has also made me feel poor. Yes, poverty is great. What? It's a big theme in my life, financial insecurity, but I think it's because I grew up thinking I was rich. Because my parents had one liquor store. But then I met actual rich kids when I went to summer camp. My roommates were the son of a very famous cardiologist, an investment banker's kid, and then the grandson of the president of Nicaragua. And I'm in there like, y'all want some of this whiskey I stole? It's in a plastic bottle, it's good. Anyway, I remember that day. I called my dad up. I said, Dad, we are poor. You need to work harder. And he said, okay, son, I will, but I have to go right now. I'm being robbed. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate it. My bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, as Jimmy said, I'm going on tour right now. I've traveled all across this country, and I realized we're an angry country. Christians have bought up all these billboards. They say, repent, or you're going to hell. Confess your sins, or you're going to hell. I feel like as a Hindu, I should buy some billboards up just to lighten the mood. Try again. You'll get it next time. That's a theology joke. If you didn't get it now, you'll get it in your next life, I promise.
That's great.
That's a good one.
That's great.
And you're all welcome. You're all welcome to attend the Nimesh Patel show. Everyone is welcome. You might learn something. You might even have your life saved. The last show I did, a 70-year-old white guy passed out during the middle of my set. So, I've never seen an Indian person be funny before. I've been racist my whole life. I'm so wrong. But there's no better place to pass out than at a Nimesh Patel show, because as soon as he did, 100 Indian doctors got out. I swear to God. And they all went to help him. They all went to help this guy. Unfortunately for him, his last words were, I don't have insurance. They all sat back down. Thank you so much for being here.
Very nice.
Thank you, Jimmy.
That's what we call a tight five.
Yeah,
everybody.
that is a tight five.
A tight five.
Really good.
Very funny. I love the Hindu joke.
The Christian Hindu joke is
very funny.
That is gold.
That is very funny.
I also really appreciate. I don't know how nervous he felt, but man, did he look relaxed.
I think that's his
Yeah,
persona on stage.
It's one that's hard to do. It's his first time on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I've seen him before. He's been doing stand up for a long time, but yeah,
Looks
I
so
think that's
relaxed.
probably one of the hardest things. And I'm not a stand up comedian, but I'd imagine if you talk to stand up comedians, finding your aura or your persona on stage
yes.
is like the hardest.
Yes.
I bet one of the hardest things.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm sure they'll say just be
yourself.
who yourself is,
But
also some
easy.
people maybe not. Like
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people's like on stage persona is absolutely nothing like them.
That's what Jim Carrey did.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey created the Jim Carrey persona.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians do. Paul Rubens did that with Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of comedians create a character. A lot of comedians are just themselves, and they're really funny because Bill Burr is Bill Burr, whether his
I
stand
feel
up
like
is
it's the same with Veer Das.
Veer Das is that way. Ricky Gervais is that way. The Chappelle is that way. And a lot of them, like I saw Seinfeld talking about how much he loves stand-up comedy. It's the only thing he's ever done that he really loves. And somebody said, you didn't like doing Seinfeld? He said, no, I really didn't like doing Seinfeld. I don't like acting. I don't like doing a show like that. He said, it's amazing the show became a hit. I didn't like it. But put me on stage. And he said the thing he likes the most is when he's bombing. He said he was doing a show and it wasn't working recently. He felt that bead of sweat go down his back. And it reminded him of this movie that Dustin Hoffman did about Lenny Bruce. And Lenny turns to the orchestra at this time and he turns to the orchestra and he says, it's concrete out there, man. Meaning there's just cold. No, that's Seinfeld's favorite part of what he does. When it's not working and he's dying and there's sweat going out his back. He lives for that. That's a different animal.
Well, I could see that because obviously he's so comfortable. He's bombed a billion times before.
Yeah.
And he's saying so.
And he's got enough money. It doesn't matter if he bombs because if he doesn't book again, who cares?
Yeah.
He's going to book.
And it's probably something different for him.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine, because I'd probably be that way. I'm just a pretty cynical person, but like, it probably finds the humor in it. He's like, this is genuinely hilarious.
Yes,
that
it's
I'm
hilarious that
bombing
I
right now.
suck right now. You can't take a break. I have the utmost respect for stand-up comics because it's so scary difficult. And I know they approach it in very much the same. It's not too dissimilar from doing a one-person show.
Yeah.
Because everything he did, as natural and casual as that felt, it's probably verbatim.
Yeah.
That is scripted.
Yep.
But they just make it look like they're just talking off the cuff and they're just having these thoughts and these ideas pop in their head. And then you've got Robin Williams. Because Robin was notorious for about 60% of his set being improv on stage in the moment, not his written set.
Yeah.
Which is not usual.
No, like
That's very
the
uncommon.
people that sometimes the people that think like it's improv, the crowd work, even though
Right.
some people's crowd work is completely and utterly improvised, and
Correct.
it's crazy. But also they've rehearsed their crowd work.
Right.
Like in
They're looking
in a way,
right? They in many respects
they know how to get you to an answer.
They know how to get you to an answer. They have an idea of who they're going to see and what they might say when they see that person. They have experiences from which has happened the night before.
Yeah.
But it is still impressive when you watch crowd work, and it's very obvious that they're just going off the cuff. But that's the thing, is most stand-up comics, super intelligent and really quick minds.
Yeah. That's if I probably would never do it because I unless I take some type of course, because I've always would have been like, I'd love to do stand-up comedy, but I can't write. My brain doesn't allow me to.
Right.
But saying stuff off the cuff has always been really easy for me. Like, and be able to make it funny, and like the place where I'm funniest is probably in a group of people, you know, ragging on people or you know, making little quip jokes and stuff like that. But obviously, going up on stage is a completely different animal.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to get.
You have to learn how to get there.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
so
material,
difficult, for sure.
even the best of the best, before they do a Netflix special, the majority of the comedians that do what they do some tests.
Yeah, 100%.
They do test shows. Like Kevin Hart, my buddy Rich went and saw Kevin Hart in Vegas. And what he was doing was prepping his Netflix special. And he told everybody, I'm prepping new material. And he said it was obvious because sometimes the things he said just didn't work. That's the thing for me about a stand-up comic is I may think it's hysterical. Doesn't mean another human being's going to think it's funny.
Yeah. And it's crazy.
And I feel much better when I'm in the flow on the spot with people just improvising off the top of my head. But the thought of having to sit down and write something that's funny and stand in front of people and they're like, make me laugh, that's a whole other animal. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's fun. I actually have heard stand-up comedians in like a podcast with other stand-up comedians talking.
Right.
And they were like, I don't like that everybody's trying to do crowd work nowadays. And so obviously that's an internal thing amongst the community that I'm sure because like crowd work goes viral on TikTok for stuff like that.
Right. Versus the grind of writing out your stuff.
Yeah.
I
So
get it.
It'd be interesting to talk to actual stand-up comedians about, because obviously actors have their gripes amongst actors. You know, everybody.
Back in the day when reality TV became big, a lot of actors got pissed off.
Yeah.
That why are these shows taking away viewership from
Yeah.
our scripted stuff? Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's just, you know, it's interesting to talk to people about that kind of stuff. Anyways, if he has other stand-up that we can watch or other Indian stand-up comedians, let us know. And anything else we need to know, down below.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never